Assalamualaikum and good day. I am Abdullah Muqri Bin Rasdin and I will be presenting my minor topic for Integrated Design Project 1, which are Earthwork, Water Reticulation and also Cost and Estimation. These are the content for the presentation. I will be starting off with the site inventory, then site analysis. After that, I will be taking on Earthwork followed by Water Reticulation and lastly the Cost and Estimation. So for the site inventory, we have obtained the information of the site such as the location and topography for the purpose of the project site inventory. The highest reduced level is 88.99 meter and the lowest reduced level is 31.17 meter, and the area of the proposed project site is approximately around 451,009.01 meter square. The land has a existing roads and drainage system, electricity junction board, manholes, bus stop, culvert water pipe and toll station could also be found on the proposed plan. For site analysis, the palm oil plantation will all be cut down for the development and drainage will be designed based on the gravity flow. There will also be areas of green space in the development area. The land will be buried in platform level and also the reduced level at the area for the water tank is higher to ease the flow by the gravity. Next, we move on to the earthwork department. Basically, earthwork is the piece of any construction activity in the development of a project. It is an engineering project that involves moving a large amount of soil or rock on the earth surface. The process includes site clearing, excavation, transport, filling, compaction and sloping. The scope of work for earthwork department are determination of proposed level of site, cut and fill process by utilizing grid method within the site boundary, cross section of the site layout after cut and fill work, gradient and stability slope analysis by utilizing Bishop simplified method of slices, and lastly typically temporary earth drain, soil erosion, the sediment yield and sediment basin design for surface runoff based on the manual saluran Mesra Alam MASMA requirement and specification. Cut and fill is important in designing the proposed layout to reduce cost and duration of the project. The grade method was used to calculate the cut and fill volume in this project. So for the cut and fill, we use the grid method. First, the grids are drawn on the topography map. In this project, grids are drawn on the boundary of the proposed plan. The dimension of the grid are less than 50 meter and the total area of the grid is less than 2,500 meter square. The area of each grid or reduced level of each corner is determined. Next, the average reduced level of all four corners of each grid is calculated. The height difference between average reduced level and proposed level is calculated. Finally, the volume of the area is determined. The positive value of volume indicate cutting area while negative value of the volume indicate filling area. For the summary of cut and fill volume, we use two methods which are tin method and grid method, 10 meter times 10 meter. The type are full, and for the 2D area, total cut, total fill and net, we get the tin method as the larger value than the grid method, and as for the total for 2D area we get 850,550.68, and for the total cut we get 2,010,561.88, and for the total fee we get 1,962,811.87, and the net we get 47,750.01. and as we can see, the tin method is more accurate than the grid method. Next, we move on to the water reticulation. Water reticulation is the process to transfer water from the tank to the area. This process helps provide clean water for the user of daily life and fire hydrant to provide safety for the area. The objective for the water reticulation department is to calculate the water demand or allocate area, design a suitable water tank capacity to fulfill the demand, determine the flow rate in pipe, fulfill the residual pressure are suitable, determine the piping size, determine the height of storage water tank. These are the proposed layout. There is a northern region and southern region. The reason why we propose two regions is due to the residual pressure. If a pipe is applied directly to the southern region for a tank on the upper left, the limit set by the span on the residual pressure head will be exceeded. So for the node design, the water demand for each node is computed according to Suruhanjaya Perkhidmatan Air Negara span. the water demand is determined based on 1D story and is based on the type of premises. The premises and the water demand by each premises are shown in the table. The average water demand or the average flow in pipe approaching each tank is determined based on the total storage volume in the tank per day. So these are the pipe design that we have do for the calculation, and the maximum allowable velocity is the maximum permissible flow velocity in any pipeline is to be set at 2 meter per second as stated in the Suruhanjaya Perkhidmatan Air Negara SPAN in order to minimize the erosion caused by the turbulence and at high speed. Before analyzing the piping network using the software, we need to do the water tank design. And in this project, we use the Bernoulli equation by trial and error method, and these are the design that we get after we do the calculation. For the water reticulation, we end up with the design project is a closed loop pipe system for the water redistribution system, and the water tank with a diameter of 25 meter and a height of 7 meter and a height of 5 meter off the ground. We use the pipe with diameter of 100, 150, 200 and 250 mm PVC, which are strong and durable. And some pipe link do not meet the requirement for velocity based on the SPAN guidelines, since the diameter of the pipe cannot be lower than 100 mm. We are focusing on the value of the pressure head to meet their requirement first, and the design for the water irrigation system is suitable for this proposed project. Next, we move on to the cost and estimation department. As we can see, cost is a process of calculating the overall cost of a construction project considering all aspects such as labor, material, equipment, costs and taxes. We estimated the overall cost of the work proceeded in this report. In addition, we apply rental cost for all machines. Estimation is a process of predicting the cost of construction projects by comparing the project to a similar one that has already been completed. The procedure and method statement for the cost and estimation, we do the site clearing. The site clearing is the process of removing all elements of land area that obstruct the process of construction. Then we do the topsoil excavation. This involves the clearing away of any plant or rotting debris from the exposed layer of the earth surface, which could make the soil compressible and hence unsuitable for bearing structural loads. Then we do the cut and fill, is the process of moving soil from one place to another, making the ground level. Finally, we do the transport of soil from cut to fill areas, involves transporting soil within the zone and between phases. And these are the table of the project before with the project cost before the reduction. As we can see, the total outstanding price are 8,524,159.87 ringgit. Next, I will be talking about the machinery we use in the construction. We have select 6 types of machinery, which are dump truck, excavator, bulldozer, compactor, loader and grader. The model for the dump truck is Nissan Diesel UCW 520 HVD, and for the excavator is the Hitachi ZX 470 LC-5. And for the bulldozer is Komatsu D375A-5, and for compactor Caterpillar 825H, and for the loader Caterpillar 954D, and finally the grader the Caterpillar 140M. Next is the strategies for the cost reduction. Value engineering is applied to this project in order to find and reduce unnecessary waste while simultaneously increasing the effectiveness and quality of the project. Value engineering involves a team of designers, planners and engineers formed together to analyze every step of a project to ensure the maximum value. It focuses more on improving functionality while keeping the cost of the project low. When it comes to the construction project, value engineering acts as a very important process for all stakeholders, especially if done in the beginning. In this project, we are assigned to make our overall cost by a minimum of 7% from the cost of the first trial. After we discussed with our team, we had agreed to apply value engineering strategies. We are reduce the overall volume of cut and fill, increase the amount of machinery to increase the productivity, decrease the amount of machinery to reduce the price of rental. As we can see, here are the table of the total project cost after the reduction, and the outstanding price we get is 7,927,130.30 ringgit. and the percentage of the cost reduction is 7%. Finally, for the conclusion of cost and estimation, overall cost saving can be achieved due to the minimizing the total amount of cut and fill and the different type of machinery that we use. The total Earthwork time has been reduced from 22 weeks to 18 weeks, which are lesser than we expected. We have achieved 7% of cost reduction, which can save some of our budget. That's all for me. Thank you.